And we're live. I already took out the trash. Leave me alone. Thought I'd turn that off. How's everyone doing tonight? Look who's here. She decided she wanted to come play with me as we showed off our Disney World haul. Hey, Josh. I had a feeling that was you already hanging out. Before we went live, she's like, "You've already got a viewer." I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably Josh." How are you tonight, Josh? And the other person that's watching, how are you? Both of you. Give it a couple minutes for doing good. Give it a couple minutes for the notification go out. Hopefully some folks will show up. Hey, Lainey. Glad you can make it. We're excited to be here. She's excited too. She got all dressed up for us.
Oh, yeah.
She got her ears and her earrings and her awesome Disney afternoon shirt. Just a couple more minutes to get the notifications. People should be showing up. Hey, Degato. How's everyone doing tonight? Anybody getting that Firefly from G.I. Joe Classified that I really, really want but have nowhere to put? It's that same issue I had with the Hiss tank. Don't listen to her. We had a great time in Disney. Thanks, Degato.
We're going to see just how good a time we had.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, Josh? You need to check it out. It's the new HasLab funded. It's already funded. Just came out yesterday, and it's already funded with 10,000. So it's already over 10,000. Yeah, that's my problem, Lainey. I've got that much space right there for G.I. Joe. It would take up all of that. I don't know what I'd do with everything else. It's almost, 3 feet long, I think they said. No, I am not getting it. not unless something drastic happens.
Like we get an extra 1,000 square feet somewhere.
Exactly. If I'm going to get a HasLab of something that big, it's probably going to have to be something Star Wars related before I give up that kind of real estate. I love my G.I. Joe collection, but Star Wars is my main thing. I guess you couldn't guess. All right, we got a few people in here, so take it away, Kate.
I don't think
so. All right, we'll leave it up to you. I got a bunch of Star Wars stuff, which came from Disney World, and Kate's also got a bunch of Disney stuff. So do you want to see Disney stuff first, or do you want to see Star Wars stuff first? We'll let y'all make the call. I'll tell you, there's a lot more Disney stuff than Star Wars stuff. Any opinions?
Disney. So far.
Yeah, Josh, ever since Galaxy's Edge came out, I've been wanting to build a droid that was either this color scheme or a red color scheme that I wanted to build. This is the first time I finally built one, so I went with this one first.
That's because his wonderful wife was sitting there going, "Why don't you do this instead of talking about it every time we go?" Every time.
Because I'm cheap.
So it wasn't that bad.
Okay, we got one vote for Disney and one for you do one, me do one.
That's not gonna.
Because I'll be done way before she is.
Yeah.
She might need to do like 5 and then me do something. But we can do something like that.
Yeah, we could do that way.
Why don't you start with your pins?
So.
And then I'll show off some Star Wars stuff.
So if you watched the collection video on that last Friday, you saw that I have a rather large pin collection. We'll put it lightly. So this whole bag is nothing but pins. So if you've ever gone to Orlando, and if there's a place called the Character Warehouse, which they have 2 of them. There's one on what they call the outlets at Vineland, and there's one at the Premier Outlets. And they had quite the discount going on pins, which was very, very nice. So first off, they had fig pins. So we got Orange Bird, the 50th Mickey and Minnie, and we got Steamboat Willie because Jared likes Steamboat Willie a lot, and I got that.
Yeah, you can barely see Steamboat Willie's statue behind Kate's chair there.
Yeah. So it's going by that. And then they had this cool Disney 100th pin, but it's actually a one you can use to count down, and the board itself is actually a wide erase board. So I think that's going to be our new countdown to Disney thing, because we had something that we count down to Disney on. And then since it was the Flower and Garden Festival, I got the 2 Flower and Garden pins that they had left. So, and my all-time favorite nighttime spectacular show was Harmonious, which they only did during the 50th at Epcot. But that has by far got the best soundtrack of music. And you can buy just the soundtrack. And yes, I do have it. So I had to get a pin because of that. Because I made us, every time we go, I make us watch that show at least once or twice while we were down there.
What they did with Harmonious is they took a lot of the classic or more popular Disney songs, especially ones that were from different countries, and they would start out playing the original, and then they would switch over to the language or the native language of whatever country the origin of that story was from, and they would do that, and then they would do mashups of different songs. Very cool. Look up the Harmonious. I'm sure there's recordings of it on
Disney
YouTube
Parks
and stuff. So check it out. It was a huge water show and projections, and very cool.
It probably would have stayed, and they are redoing it. There's going to be a new version of their nighttime show in Epcot that comes out in the fall. Word is, because the whole big stink about Harmonious was the big barges that had to stay in the lagoon all day long, and they felt like it distracted from the lagoon there at World Showcase, that the next iteration will be similar, but it's going to be more like World of Color out of Disneyland, where they actually just have sprays of water and project onto, which was originally what I'd heard the plan for Harmonious was. I just don't think they got everything there with the pandemic going into the 50th. I think there were some logistical things.
Lord, that's a lot of pants.
Yeah,
all right, what's next?
All right. We'll do all the Star Wars ones. So we have the Women of Star Wars.
There's Bo.
And we have Rey and Amidala.
All right, so this is all part of a series. Mind you, I think, no, not all of this. Most of this came from the outlet. So she got these for
$6.
Yeah, these were $6.99 a piece instead of $17.99, what they were supposed to be originally.
And then these are 2 of the May the 4th pins that they had left.
So this is Black Spire Outpost, which is by 2. Black Spire Day, also known as May the 4th. And this is May 4th with a little Greedo head there.
So, and then because Bella is my princess, I got Belle pins. I got 2 of those.
There we go.
So
So I guess that makes me the Beast. She's Belle.
And then one of our favorite rides is Midway Mania, and it's their anniversary this year, so we got that.
If you've never ridden this is like a carnival game. So you sit in these little cars, and it takes you onto these screens. You wear 3D glasses. You have a little gun with a pull string on it, and you shoot stuff.
It's great fun.
Yeah.
We used to have it as a video game.
Yep.
And then Figment, because I love Figment.
A couple Figment pins. He's sort of the unofficial mascot of Epcot. And his ride is a Journey into Imagination. He's the purple dragon that is the figment of imagination.
There you go.
She got her Figment mug. This hat comes off. Then I don't know what you do with the. It's just cute.
And then we have a dancing Stitch.
Because we love Stitch. We still haven't figured out how it works exactly.
And then
I think it's just like a bobblehead or something.
Yeah, I haven't. And then because one of our favorites, the one we remember growing up was
that's a coffee mug.
the electric light parade. We have the Elliott Electric Light Parade.
Because I love Pete's Dragon.
Well, that and the Electric Light Parade.
Yeah, it's Pete's Dragon.
And then Eeyore, because Eeyore's my spirit animal.
Hey, Piglet's on there too.
So, and then because I'm into the Munchlings, they had Munchling pins. So I was really, really good and controlled myself and only got one package because it's a 5-pack of mystery pins, but it's kind of pricey.
Okay, so that is the White Rabbit from Alice. This is supposed to be Thumper.
I think so. I don't know.
Maybe Thumper. I'm not sure. From Bambi. This is Daisy. This is Minnie as I throw it in the floor. Oh.
I also threw something in the floor over there.
There's Date or Minnie.
A pin.
Yeah.
So I'll get it in a minute. Yeah, I'll get it in a minute.
And Angel, which is Stitch's girlfriend, I guess.
No, it's cousin.
Well, they're all his cousins.
But that's his it's
Okay.
just the girl cousin.
All right. All right. There's Padme back. So there's a little Star Wars for you, too. All right. I guess it's my turn. We will start off with the droid. So if you tuned in to Greg's live stream Saturday, I brought this guy in as a little sneak peek from our trip. Yes, I finally caved in and built a droid. So I named this guy R5 PKE. No, PK4. Can't even remember what I named him. R5 PK4, which is R Spooky, because, you know, he's spooky looking. And you can build this at the Droid Depot. It's $120 to build this. And then for an extra $15, you can get a personality chip, which I got one. Comes in this little case right here. And if you open up this little door right here, you see that little red thing? That's his personality chip. There's what, like 10 different personalities, I think they said?
Yeah. And they have different specials. Like there was another package that was $194. That included the droid, the backpack that it goes in. But I mean, unless you're going to take it back and forth,
yeah,
there really wasn't a need for the backpack.
So that would be the droid, the chip, or a chip and the backpack.
And I think there was something else. You could get some kind of accessory pack, I think, too.
Yeah,
But we did not go that route.
but you can build an R type, a BB type like BB-8, which would be a ball droid, then a C type, which is like Chopper from Rebels. I think next time we might do a C type because we saw this little girl make one while we were there, and it was adorable.
I wanted to make that one, but I was trying to be good at that point.
So our next trip, we might be bringing back a C type droid.
And it's cool because this one will interact with Chopper, and if we make another one, they'll all interact with each other. So maybe if we do that, we'll have to get them out here and have them interact.
And they come in. I mean, you get the backpack with that big fancy one, but if you just build a droid, they come in these little boxes, and you can carry them around the park. And as you walk around the park, they will start interacting with the land. So, like if you walk by the Millennium Falcon, they'll go woo and all this stuff. And if you walk over to the First Order section, it might get scared, depending on what personality chip it has. Because there are First Order ones, there are Smuggler ones, and there are Resistance ones. This has a Resistance one in it. So if you took it over to the First Order section, they might start getting scared because, hey, don't want to get in trouble over here. We might have different accessory packs, like these little things, or removable.
And no, Josh, we did not get the accessory pack. We were looking for some orange ones, but they didn't have any.
But it was white, blue, black, and red, I believe. Or just like the standard ones that come with it. This and these things. And then you can buy others that are different colors. You can get sticker sheets that'll also change the colors. They have the serving tray from Jabba's Sail Barge, so you can get that. And it doesn't just stay like this. You can move the legs back and do like this. So it'll do the standard 3-point stance.
And that's how it rolls around.
Yeah, and you got your remote control that it comes with. So it'll go forward, backwards, left, right. The head will spin. They have laser guns and rocket legs. If you get those, you hit this button to activate that. And this button makes it talk. So that is the droid. Our spooky. All right, your turn.
So besides pins, clearly I had a problem with ears. So I had to get more ears this trip. So these are the Munchling ears. They're actually plushy. And these smell like strawberries. So these were actually pretty cool. And then again, because we were at the outlet and everything is on discount there, they actually still had the Epcot 40th because in October was Epcot's 40th with the 50th going on. And so I went ahead and got a pair of the Epcot 40th ears because I will say Epcot's probably one of my favorite parks. Ironically. So, and then because they had they started the 50th stuff is now moving to the clearance center.
And I know about the Door Builders Club. Dano does a lot of that stuff on the Dano channel.
And because I probably will never actually wear these down there, these were just fun and I thought would look cool in the collection. They're the light up 50th balloon ears.
Yeah, they're Mickey balloons.
And
they light up and they got the little 50th castle, if you can see.
And when they're in the light, they have that kind of iridescent. That was the whole theme look going on up into the clear part.
Is that all the ears?
That was all the ears.
Wow, that was quick. I guess. No, I didn't get any ears, Josh. I'm not an ear guy. But most of the ears are Minnie Mouse, and that's just not my scene. Well, they are doing a thing now where you can remove the bows from the ears. And so make them Mickey Mouse ears. And they do have a few that are just Mickey Mouse. But you want to show that because that's technically a pin thing.
Yeah. And then they, again, like I said, they were clearancing out 40th stuff. And they had a lot of 40th stuff when we went in October. That was just cool. But it was honestly overpriced for what it was, and this made it
So this is a
reasonable
pin banner. So you can use this to display your pins, and it comes with a 40th anniversary pin there.
I'm actually going to put it behind one of the shelves where I've got my 40th pigment and some of the other 40th stuff.
I think they have some Maleficent ears, Josh.
Yes, they did. They did. I don't know if they still do.
All right. I guess we will do, I don't know. How about something cool like a lightsaber? How about Mace Windu's lightsaber? Is that pretty cool? I think it's pretty cool. These are the Legacy lightsabers. And this is Mace Windu's. This thing's heavy. They are metal and rubber. They got the little stopper here. Pull it out. And then you take your blade. And this is just a standard blade. So they all use the same blades. So you can just get one blade and then use it in all of them if you want to. So there's these two little tabs. You can line them up. And you just click it in. And it being Mace Windu, it lights up purple. Woo! You can hear it. And I don't know, right? Whenever you whack it, the blade flashes white and makes a clashing noise. And then you got the power down noise. And Kate's already claimed this one's hers because it's purple. And according to her rules, anything purple belongs to her. So then you take the blade out and it'll make the same noises. That lets you know the blade's back out.
Let's be real. It's going over there on the shelf with all the rest of them. It is not mine.
Yeah. Even though ones that are hers are still over on the lightsaber shelf. Now, this was a deluxe set, which came in a big box. So it came with the hilt, came with the blade. Came with a belt clip. So this just clips on your belt. Set this over here. And you got this little ring right here. And that just slides in. And then you can wear it on your belt. And then you got these buttons on the side. Pulls back out. And it also comes with a display stand for you to put on your shelf.
Wish all of them came with that.
Yeah, that would be nice. So there you go. Now, Lainey, we have a Disney credit card. We put everything on that credit card and then accrue points. And then whenever we go to Disney, we use all those points and buy all this crap.
That's we call it our vacation souvenir savings account.
Yeah. So it doesn't take long to accrue it much, especially if you put everything on it and then pay it off every month. So we went down with a lot of money on the card. Okay, so, but anyways, this was the deluxe box set. A lot of them you can buy just the hilt by itself, and those run around $150 to $180. The deluxe sets are usually about $250. But as luck would have it, while we were down there, they were running a special on a lot of the lightsabers I wanted that were the deluxe sets that were 30% off. So that actually took them down to the price of just the hilt by itself. So I was able to get the hilt, the stand, the clip, and the blade for the price of just the hilt. So I was very excited about that. That is one of the lightsabers. Your turn.
And to finish off, we went to the Disney outlet, and I also, this was not in the video, but maybe one day I'll show this off. I also collect the lounge flies from Disney, which are the backpack purses.
How many are you up to now?
25.
25 of these you know what the Loungeflies are, then you know.
And so they had the Epcot 40th wallet still for dirt cheap. So I bought one of those to go with. Just it's a good one. It's got all the colors in it, so it'll match pretty much all of them. And then the last thing I got from there was
most of this stuff she got came from an outlet.
Yeah.
So it was all like 75% off or more.
So I got an Epcot 40th shirt because I got
Pretty cool.
because they were having a sale on the clothes. All the clothes was an additional 30% off on top of the outlet price. So this was like $10, which for a Disney shirt is ridiculously cheap. So
My turn again?
yeah, because all that I have left is the big yellow bag.
Okay. Well, I will show you the other lightsaber I picked up. This is one that I have been wanting ever since they started. I'm like, why did it take so long for this one to even come out? But this is Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber from A New Hope. I think technically this is from the TV series, but same lightsaber. But this is very cool. It's got some nice weathering on it to show its age. You can see the black's all worn down on those ridges there. So yeah, I was very excited when this came out. You can see here, this is very thin, but screen accurate. It makes it difficult for the electronics to work. So what they do is you actually screw this off. Yeah, it's Kitra's fault. She started on these.
Yeah, it really was.
We're big fans of Ordinary.
Yes, we
Adventures.
are. And they, I blame Kitra. We met her in the park. Literally the trip before they closed for the pandemic, we were down there and they were down there and we met them down there. We have a picture of us together. We met them at in Batu, actually.
Yep, it was in front of
Right.
Doc Ondar's.
Yeah, right after they had just started their channel, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that time.
It wasn't too long after they started. It was the day Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened. They just happened to be in town covering that. Walking by Doc Ondar's, and I caught Kitra out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, hey, she looks familiar. I'm like, wait a second, I know her. And I spun around and started talking to her. I'm like, holy crap, there's Peter standing right next to her.
And I talk about some of the nicest people you'll meet.
Super sweet.
Super
folks.
sweet. I mean, I'm just like Kitra. I'm very introverted. So and she could tell. And so, if I don't know you, I'm probably not going to say more than about 3 words to you until I kind of am okay with it. And we struck up a conversation and stood there. And
we stood there talking to her for 5 minutes and took a picture with them. They couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah. So I mean, I shout out to them
Yeah.
We look for them every time we go just to say hi.
Yep. So Ordinary Adventures, go check them out. They're actually located on the West Coast, so they do a lot of Disneyland stuff and Universal and Knott's Berry. But just they're a really fun channel. Go check them out. But anyways, back to this. So I screwed that other part off. No, hi Caleb, by the way. Then you have this other piece that you screw on. It's a little squeaky, sorry. Oh, that's loud. Then you pop your little plastic piece out. And this is the exact same blade that I used for Mace and Dudes. Pop it in. It lights up blue, just because it's in a different lightsaber. And these also work on the Savi's lightsabers. And those you can actually buy different colored kyber crystals and change the color of your blade that way. But yeah, here's Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're just here just in time, Caleb. I'm doing lightsabers. I know you're into those. Kate's afraid I'm going to pick her head off. It's not real.
I realize that, but it's still going to hurt.
But there you go. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So those were the only 2 lightsabers I picked up. They had a sale going on lots of them. But
there were 5. It was just 5.
Well, it was 5 of the deluxe one, but right before we left, there were 7 of just the hilts that they put on sale as well.
We had to leave.
So I was like, I can't do it.
No, we have still not built the lightsaber. He does not want to build a lightsaber.
I'm just not impressed with them. I'll be honest.
I do, just because that's kind of to me like the whole Harry Potter wand thing. Go pick out your wand sort of thing. So, which I was very much into. That might be coming down the road. If something in particular happens, then I said I would do that.
So, yeah, when it comes to lightsabers, I'm much more interested in the screen used ones, and so all the ones you build at Savi's are all custom, which is cool and all. But no, I don't know if I ever get to the point where I have all of the legacy lightsabers. Then sure, I might build one. But if I have to choose between building one or getting a legacy one, I'm going to do a legacy one.
Like I said, it'll probably be me before him. But that's in the air because it's between doing that and building the droid that we saw that I really wanted. And
yeah, plus I'm a droid guy, so I'd much rather build a droid than build a lightsaber. All right, what you got?
So then on the very last day,
and if you saw yesterday's video, you know where we went.
We went to the this fun place here. And the running joke was he said he was going on the shopping spree in the Lego store. And it wasn't him that went on the shopping spree in the Lego store. It was me.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I have narrowed my Legoing down to the space sets that were in the front of the video. And there are 2 coming out. Well, there's one already out and one comes out in August.
So one's already out.
The picture ones, the landscape things.
Yeah, that one is cool.
Anyway, and then of course the Mars Rover goes out. But then I was like, I got some shelves in there. I need to do some rearranging. And then I saw these, the Disney afternoon sets.
Notice her shirt
that were Chip and Dale and
Uncle Scrooge.
DuckTales. So I was like, I have to have, plus they were on sale quite a bit, actually. So I had to have the 2 Brickhead sets that were.
So we got the Brickheads, Uncle Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie from DuckTales. And then we got the Rescue Rangers, and then who we actually met while we were there. They're outside of in Hollywood Studios, right outside of the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. We were walking by, and I glanced over. I'm like, "It's the Rescue Rangers!" So, so we jumped in line and got our pictures taken with them, and they were awesome.
And then because I like Donald, and he goes with DuckTales, I got Donald because again he was on sale. And then because we had, you can't go to the Lego store and not buy something Star Wars. We got Ahsoka.
Because Kate loves Ahsoka. Of course, I do too, but Kate really loves Ahsoka. I don't know if they have a Stitch for these yet, do they? I don't think they've made a Stitch Brickheads yet.
And then our favorite ride is the Haunted Mansion. Now, this caveat to this is they haven't done the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion, but they did do Disneyland's version of Haunted Mansion. And since it's the original, and it's just cool, and it will go with the castle, we've got this Haunted Mansion. Now, if they ever come out with a Disney World version, yes, that one will be purchased in a heartbeat as well to go with it. But
you may have seen if you watched the Lego Disney 100 minifig review, I used my mini castle like this as the backdrop. So,
and it was cool because it came with the ghost host, which was
has the ghost host, and then it's got the little micro figures and all the different scenes and stuff. So pretty cool. So hopefully they've already announced it. They just haven't said when, but the Hatbox Ghost is coming to the Disney World Haunted Mansion sometime this year. So we're very excited about that.
That's it.
And we didn't get this, but that's
There's-
Pluto and Goofy.
Now, just so you know, he's also already asking, can I help build some of this? Let me build it.
But she promptly told me no.
He got to build his droid. I did not help.
So I'll just build my Boba Fett throne room scene over there, which I got on clearance for $50. But you already know about that. That all your stuff?
That's all my stuff.
That is all her stuff. So I guess I'll be closing things out. I still got a couple more things. I did pick up a little mini bust of Yoda. They had this one, which is the only light side one that they have. And they have 4 dark side ones, which were Vader, the Emperor, Darth Maul, and I think it's Darth Bane. I don't really know what Darth Bane looks like, but it was definitely a Sith. But these are very cool, and they're only $20, if you can believe it. So I was like, yeah. But I really love the Yoda one, so I picked him up. He'll be going on my shelf with all my other busts. Then I got one more little Star Wars thing. This also came from the outlet. It was just a little Black Spire Outpost magnet. I'll stick it on the refrigerator. No, it definitely wasn't Dooku. This guy had a mask on and was just very scary looking. But this came from the Character Warehouse outlet. It was regularly a $10 magnet, if you can believe it, but I got it for $1.99.
Which is what it should have probably been in the
Which
first
it should have
place.
been in the first place.
Slap
And
Star
then-
Wars or Disney on it and charge 10 times the amount.
There you go. And believe it or not, you know me and Super 7 and how I love to ride them about their prices. Well, there are some Disney exclusive reaction figures for Willow. And I found this one at the outlet. Regular price was $24.99 for her reaction figure. I got it for $7.99, which is the price it should have been in the first place. Heck, I'll even go $12.99 on this one because there's actually 2 figures in this. But from Willow, it's Willow and the baby, which is named Alora. So I saw that. I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool. So I picked up the Willow reaction figure because, it was cool. And then the final thing I have is got to try out the Tron Light Cycle Run, which is a brand new ride at Magic Kingdom. And they had these arcade tokens. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is Flynn's Arcade. So I had to pick some of these up. Yeah, I'll show you the backs. They're going to be very hard to make out, though. So that is the Light Cycle grid. This is actually Tron. I don't know if you can make out what that says or what it is. But it says Tron, and there's a little portrait of Tron on it. And then the last one, I think it just says, welcome to the grid. Again, very difficult to read the backs. But they all say Flynn's Arcade on the front. So I'm just going to stack these up on my little arcade one-up cabinets behind me. Thought that would be cool. They had identity discs. And I wanted the vintage ones. But all they were just white Frisbees with some very poorly black paint on them. So I didn't get one of those because I wasn't paying $10 for a Frisbee. Oh, I do have one more thing. I forgot. Picked this up at the outlet. Got a cool shirt. It says Rebels and it has R2-D2 on it. So now I just got to wait 6 months for it to cool off so I can wear a long sleeve shirt again. So there you go. That is the Disney World haul. Yay. Oh, we got all that done in 40 minutes. Look at us.
What can we say? Efficiency.
Yeah, the Honda Mansion Susie. Yeah. I almost bought that probably the last time we were there. Because it didn't just come out the last time we were there. And I didn't get it because it was the Disneyland version, not the Disney World.
I'm not as picky, I guess.
She's not as picky. But there you go. Any questions? Anything you want another look at or closer look at? Or any questions about Disney? We go a lot. So
we can probably tell you all about it. Like random people would stop in the park and be like, I don't know where this is. And I would be sitting there and be going, it's just go this way, take a right. It's right there. It's sad. If this tells you anything, we went to go eat in Magic Kingdom one night at Tony's, which is the Italian restaurant right as you come into Magic Kingdom. It's supposed to be Lady and the Tramp themed. And we were sitting there, and the guy one of the guys that was seating people, he was playing trivia with the get people that were waiting. Yeah, we won, or I won. like 3 or 4 of the stickers they were giving out.
Then she started telling other people.
Yeah, and then I felt bad. So then I was telling everybody else who couldn't figure it out the answers so that they could win stickers for their kids. So yeah, Disney is ingrained.
You want to show off your T-shirt? It's the Disney afternoon, so it's
Chip and Dale, DuckTales, Goof Troop. Is that Tailspin, and then Darkwing Duck? Because that's what we grew up on.
How far is it from the Orlando airport?
It's about 15 or 20 minutes. We don't generally fly there. I've flown in once because of work. We my company sends people once a year down there to a special thing, and I got to go last year, and it wasn't that far from there. I just remember it was like a 15-minute bus ride, I think. It's not that far from I-4 if you fly into MCO, which is the international airport. Now, you can also, from some places, fly into Sanford, which is our other airport. I think that one's about 45 minutes away. I know like the cheaper flights like Allegiant and Spirit, I think, fly into Sanford. MCO has like Delta and Southwest. So I think it depends on the airline and which airport you fly into.
She's much more knowledgeable than I am. I wouldn't have known any of that. I'm like, it's in Orlando somewhere.
Well, I would only know it because of that one time.
Oh, sweet.
Although I will say after Atlanta traffic this last time, I would love to. I wish we could fly in more often because that would be so much better.
The drive wouldn't be so bad if you didn't have to go through Atlanta. Although going down wasn't bad. Coming back was the bad part with Atlanta.
Yeah, we got, but
going down was Gainesville.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons I married her. Actually, we didn't go to Disney World until our honeymoon. And I'd only been once at that point, and I was 20 years before.
I think I'd been 4 times. But that was because I was in the band.
So, any other questions or anything else you want to see again? Or anything. Or do you have any questions about her collection? If you watched her collection video on Friday, maybe I got something wrong, which is entirely possible. In fact, I know I got a few things wrong. I tried to put corrections because, yes, it's a Saturn V rocket, not an Apollo rocket.
That was the first one he told me. I mean, if I didn't bust his chops some, I mean.
How cool is Star Wars Land at Disney? It is amazing. Get off my show. Uh, when you walk around the corner and you see the Millennium Falcon for the first time, you know you've arrived. There were not tears.
Yes, there were.
There was a big stupid grin, but there were never tears.
I have it on video somewhere when he saw it.
But Rise of the Resistance, the most amazing theme park experience you will ever do. And I don't say ride, it is an experience. It is just mind-blowing what they can do. So if you get the chance, definitely go. It's just amazing.
But don't pay for the lightning lane because it's like ridiculously expensive. And I promise you, you will be able to find a time when the line is not that bad. Like we went and we hit it, and this was in the middle of the day. It got down to, I think, 45 minutes.
At the lowest point, it was for a 40-minute wait, which is super short for Rise of the Resistance.
I mean, really for any ride, but definitely that one, because that one generally averages about a 90-minute standby wait. But we've done it at 90 minutes, and it's not that bad because there's a lot to see. Honestly, it's worth going through the queue. Yeah. I don't know that having been through the lightning lane when it was still the virtual queue and they used the lightning lane versus the regular queue. I think the regular queue is a little bit better. There's actually carved in there places to sit down if you are waiting. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of detail that went into it.
So basically the line is you're weaving your way through the Resistance base. There are flight suits, there's weapons, there's crates, there's all kinds of props and scenery and stuff.
Yes, they do have characters that walk around right now. There's Kylo Ren, Stormtroopers, Chewbacca, Rey, which makes it has to do with the whole Batuu story. Mm-hmm.
There's actually a novel that's based around Vi's character.
They have brought in the Mandalorian down to Batuu East, as it's referred to, or the one at Disney World. They do have the Mandalorian with Grogu,
which we didn't get to see him. Your dad got to see them.
Yeah, my dad saw him. While we were on Rise of Resistance, he saw him, but we didn't see him. But we also did not. I don't think we really sat down anywhere over there just to watch this time. To be honest, the day we were over there was it was this weird, very hot, very humid day, and
basically we got in, did what we wanted to do, and got back out.
I came back out for a while because it was just I'm sitting off the west coast of Florida, and it wasn't actually bringing rain. It was just bringing in a lot of humidity in, and it had shot the temperature up because that was also keeping the low pressure, the thing that was up this way, down. I know I talked over my head. Sorry.
No, it's just all the meteorology you're dropping on us. Can you tell she's a scientist?
Help it. So, but yes, it is cool. If you're totally into Star Wars, he can go and just sit for hours.
Literally, I'm like, y'all just go do whatever. I'll be here.
At one point, I will say I left him over there, and I went and rode another ride in a whole other area of the park. I went to go ride Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway because I was like, I'm done. Like, it's fine for a while.
She likes Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun. It's immersive. Love Rise of the Resistance. Love the Millennium Falcon. Although there are certain people that should never get to fly.
I was just about to say, if you do Smuggler's Run, which is the ride where you fly the Millennium Falcon, we had the unfortunate situation of like a 6-year-old flying it.
And their dad that I don't think we laugh about this because when it first opened, we were the pilots, and I don't play video games, and that is not my scene. But it also doesn't help that one pilot does up and down and the other person does left to right, so you're not on all 4 planes. Now, if I were on all 4 planes, I could have flown fine. But I wasn't understanding, like, it was hard because I would want to go up and kind of to the right or whatever. So he kidded about how bad I flew. And then when we got off this last time, he goes, I will never say another word again about your flying ability.
I swear, every single surface they could hit, they hit. It was awful. It was so funny. The kid's mom was sitting behind him yelling at him, pull up, pull up, pull up. Well, he was pushing the flight stick forward thinking that was up. He's like, hey, I'm going up. She's like, pull up the other one. And she never got it in her head that to him, that is up. He doesn't know how a flight stick works. He's 6.
So that was an experience. We came off of there. We had to put my mom on it too, and my mom will ride anything. And she was like, "I'm not sure I'm doing that one again." So yeah, it was that one was a when you come out, if you've done a bad job, like the Falcon, it looks like everything's exploded inside. The insulation is everywhere. I don't think the Millennium Falcon was ever the same after that one of those.
But it is just because when you walk on it, before you get into the cockpit, before you fly and everything, you're actually in the little main section from the movies. So you've got the little hollow chest table with the bench, and you're on the Millennium Falcon, which is very immersive. So that's very cool. But let's see, Josh, tomorrow is a Galaxy's Edge video. So I will take you around and take you inside Doc Ondar's. We'll take you to the marketplace and show you all that stuff. I will take you into the droid depot. And there'll be a little bit about building the droid. And then we go actually to another section in Hollywood Studios that has a bunch of props from the movies. So you need to check that out too. So make sure you watch tomorrow's video.
And spoiler alert, we did not think about filming the part about the droid building until halfway through.
I was halfway done. It was like, how about I film some of this? I'm like, that's a really good idea. So, yeah. So, if you've never seen anything about Galaxy's Edge, watch tomorrow's video. I'll take you on a little tour. Now, don't show you everything because there's still a lot of stuff in there that I didn't film. But I did a lot of the shopping stuff and all those props and things, which is called the Launch Bay.
I'm sure there's probably a good Easter egg.
Oh, there is.
In that video.
I made sure there was a good Easter egg in it. Her and her parents make a cameo. As I'm sitting there recording and her dad's over there, what are you doing over there, you nerd? So they love to give me a hard time.
Which the funny thing was, he was quite happy where he was because we had found it was air conditioned and there was a cushy bench seat, and he was laid up against the wall, and he really was about to go to sleep, take a nap right there, and but then he started filming, and then he was like, "Oh, just watch this." So,
all right. Well, any other questions or comments or anything else? Just got a few more minutes left.
It is expensive, but I will tell you there are ways to do it cheap.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things, the longer you stay, the cheaper you can get it.
Ironically.
Yeah. Because after a certain point, to add additional days, it's like an extra $10 a day or something. So if you're going to go, save up to be able to go multiple days, and you can do it a lot cheaper.
And most people think it's extremely expensive to stay in the park. It's not. The other trick I will tell you is it wasn't super expensive, and had it not been for a family reason for going right now, this would not have been the time we chose. This
was us, her parents, her sister's family, her sister's in-laws were there, so it was everybody.
But if you want it, but there are certain times to go when hotel rooms are probably around $100. Usually, I think 150 is about somewhere between 100 and 150 is what they'll run. I think we've seen them as low as 100.
Degato, there are 4 Disney parks. It's the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and the Animal Kingdom. Those are the 4 main parks. Then there's water parks.
They have Disney Springs, which would be the equivalent to downtown, sort of like Downtown Disney, only much bigger. It actually can operate basically like Disney's Fifth Gate. We literally did spend most of Saturday down there.
We went Saturday. We didn't go in the parks. We spent the whole time basically at Disney Springs and the outlets. And there's incredible restaurants. That's where the Lego store is. There's the world's largest Disney store there.
Do all the parks cost separately? No, what you do is you buy a Disney ticket and you're good. You can buy it two ways. You can either get it where it's one park per day, so you're whatever park you choose to go to, you're committed to it for the whole day, or you can get it with the park hopper, what they call the park hopper option, and that allows you can after 2:00 go to any other park you want to, and you can hop to multiple parks because there was a day we hopped to three or four of them. Three of them. I don't think we ever did four. But
technically, you have to start off with whichever park you pick, and you have to have a reservation to go to the park that day. You check in there, then after 2:00, you can go to any of the other three. You can go to one. So you can start off at Magic Kingdom. After 2:00, go to Epcot, hang out there for an hour, go to Animal Kingdom for a couple hours, and then end your night at Hollywood Studios.
There was a night we went through Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. Just partially to get somewhere, partially just to because you can do where we stayed. You could ride the bus to one of the parks. The other two were on the Skyliner. We stay where you can ride the Skyliner because at night it's much faster than the buses, and you're not
Skyliner's awesome.
That would be if that was my one tip. And probably the only reason we used to be people that stayed at the moderate resorts. We've done Caribbean Beach. We've done Coronado. We've done Port Orleans Riverside, which that one's probably one of my favorite.
It's very remote. It's very small. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's a very good resort. It's New Orleans, but not. It's Louisiana, but not New Orleans. It's like the riverside.
They on that side. Then they have the French Quarter, which is even smaller, has less rooms. If you can, that's the one to really try to get because more of everything that goes on at the resort happens on the French Quarter side. But but you can take a bus over there, or walk. We've done both. But now that.
Port Orleans, when it's basically New Orleans during Mardi Gras, is the way it's themed.
No, not at Port Orleans. At French Quarter, the whole thing is Port Orleans.
The whole thing's Port Orleans. French Quarter is Mardi Gras, New Orleans. The other one is just you're out by the bayou.
But I would stay on I will say, if it's your first time going, I would stay at a Skyliner resort, which means you would need to stay at Pop Century, Art of Animation.
Pop Century
area.
Pop Century is like the discount one. Art of Animation is a discount, but it's more geared towards families. So it has what's the word?
They have family suites.
Suites, that's the word.
So you've got a bigger family. Those will sleep 5 and 6 people. There's the French Quarter. The Riviera.
That's the big fancy DVC hotel.
But you can buy points for that, and we've actually
we might do that eventually.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We've done that one.
And then there's the Caribbean Beach, which is where the main hub of the Skyliner is. That's probably our favorite moderate resort.
Yeah,
we've stayed there several times.
The problem with it is it's massive.
It is. It has its own dedicated bus loop just to get around inside the resort.
So that would say that, and because like I said, we have looked at renting the DVC points. We were talking about it, especially if we go back.
DVC is Disney Vacation Club for the uninitiated. Oh, she already said that. I wasn't listening.
You're talking over me.
Sorry.
So I will say we've talked about doing that and seeing how that works. Especially if we go back to Festival of the Arts, because at that time of year, that's kind of the off season if for a couple of weeks during Festival of the Arts, which by far is my favorite time to go because one, it is not going to kill you hot, and number two, the crowds tend to be a little lower at that one, as long as they're not releasing Figment popcorn buckets. But
we never got.
It's because they were gone the first weekend and we went the second one.
Yeah.
But we are talking about maybe renting those.
She'll wait till the camera's off.
We've talked about renting them because we did get to stay at the yacht club last year while I was there for a thing. And I would like to do the beach club because part of it stayed in the yacht club and part of it stayed in the beach club. And one of my friends stayed in the beach club when we went. And I will say, I actually think I like the Beach Club a little better. And so I'm going to, we've talked about seeing about paying to stay there because we could get it for about the same price as Pop Century. And I will say that's nice because you are at the Skyliner. That one is at the base of the Skyliner coming out of Epcot. You can walk into Epcot from there, but you can ride the Skyliner into Hollywood Studios. So it's even better. The only place you're going to have to take a bus is Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. But the plus side here is too, those are deluxe resorts. So there's a ton less people.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best part of that whole trip was when we rode the bus to Magic Kingdom that day, and coming back that night after fireworks, there was nobody on the bus. You weren't on there with 1,000 of your closest friends.
Yeah. And Degado, I would love to do a collab with Ordinary Adventures, but I think they're way above us. Like, I seriously doubt they even ever met us.
They probably don't remember. They're probably I know they do stuff with the Tim Tracker.
Yeah.
And there's another one that they do.
Fresh Baked.
Yeah, and Provost Park.
Provost Park Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, so, they're big buddies with them.
Yeah. Which
is great because I love the guy from. What is it, Chris from Provo Park Pass? He's hilarious.
He's got dad jokes like me.
For days.
Well, all right. Well, that is our time for tonight. So hope you enjoyed our look at our Walt Disney World haul. Got lightsabers, pins, shirts, ears, stuff, things. But that's all we got for tonight. We will see you guys next time around.